So before beginning, let's go to backendless. You need to create a project like we did with Firebase. So go to backendless and create an app. I'm going to call this my app. Reference code, I'm not going to put anything, just click create. But this creates the application. The only part we are going to use is we are going to create a table here which will save all our properties. So in order to make backendless work with our setup here, here under the settings we have some app ID and app keys. So we are going to use the application ID and the app key for our iOS. So keep in mind, if in next lectures when we are going to look for them, you now know where it is. Another thing we need is the OneSignal. Let's go to their website. This OneSignal will be used for push notifications. It's cross-platform push notifications, so if you decide to move your project also to Android or any other device, you can have your push notifications here. So I'm going to log in. If you don't have an account, you can register with them. So I'm going to use my Google account to log in. So this is OneSignal application here. So right now you can see I have only one application. Then I have my account where I can log out. So if you click on the application, it will give you more information. So we can go back to the main dashboard. And here I'm going to create a new app. I'm going to call this my app. You can call whatever you want. Click create, and this creates the application. Then we're going to go through the setup, which in our case is going to be for Apple iOS. Click next. So now we are asked to upload our push notification certificate, which is a P12 file. So in order to create this, let's go to our developer.apple.com, and under the accounts, go to your certificates and identifiers and profiles. So here under identifiers, app IDs, we are going to create an app ID for our application. So click the plus button. The name I'm going to call my app. Then we have the bundle ID. Let's go to my Xcode project, copy the bundle ID and paste it here. Actually, let's make it explicit here. I'm going to put a bundle ID here without dots, so I can understand which one is my application name here. Then we are going to move down. Here it asks us what type of services we want to enable in our bundle ID. So the game center and in-app purchases are by default on. We are going to need the push notification, so make sure you put a tick here, click continue. And game center and in-app purchases are enabled. The push notification is configurable, so we are going to do this. Click register, click done. So this is our iOS app ID we just created, which is the name com iOS dev school the app, and this is our bundle ID. So if we move down to push notification, we have two versions here, which is a developer and distributor. So one is under development and the other one is when the application is actually ready. So click edit, and we are going down to our push notifications, here configurable, and we are going to create a certificates. The first one is developer SSL certificate and the other one is production certificate. So let's create actually the production certificate. It asks us to upload a CSR file, which is certificate signing request. Alright, let's click continue. says upload it. In order to upload it, we are going to create the file first. So if you go to keychain, go to our keychain certificate assistant, and there is a request certificate from certificate authority. Make sure you click on save to disk, click continue, and it asks us to give a name to our certificate request. So we are creating a production, so I'm going to call this production push, and I'm going to save this to desktop. Click save, and we are done. Let's close our keychain, and we can upload our certificate. So we have production push certificate signing request. Click open and click continue. So click download. This will download our certificate. So if I open this, it will actually open in keychain. So we have a certificate here, which Apple Push Service, iOS Dev School.app. All right, we can right click on it and say export. And this is a production certificate. So I'm going to call it production push. And this is going to be a P12 certificate. Then we are going to give a password to our certificate. So once you type your password, click create and click allow. Okay, if we go to our desktop now, we should see a production P12 push certificate, right? So we have our certificate. We can go to our OneSignal, choose the file. We choose our production certificate. It uploads it, all right? Then we are going to provide our password. Click save. We are not going to save this. Okay, so if we go to my app here, our settings should be ready now for our iOS. You can see the production certificate. We have a certificate here, and also it shows the status is active. So actually there is a way to test our user. So we are going to test our registration in our next lectures once we start running our application. So we just make sure that our certificate is connected correctly. Remember, in order to test this, you need a device because push notifications doesn't work on simulator. Once we already have created our certificate, it's a good idea to go to our Firebase. Under settings, go to project settings, cloud messaging, and we can upload our certificate to Firebase as well, because it's going to be used to authenticate a user through SMS, through mobile number. So here we can upload the certificate. The first one, you can see no development APNS certificate and no production APNS certificate. So we can upload our production certificate. Click open and put the password. Upload. And now you can see we have a production certificate. If required, we can create also a development certificate and upload it to our Firebase, and same to our OneSignal. But for now, we are not going to do this.